All right, fellas, listen, I'm going to tell you what the actual cheat code in the fitness journey is. And there's really only one. All right, there's really only one. And that is consistency, yo. Consistency is the real fucking cheat code. If there's ever a cheat code, it's consistency. You know why? Because nobody's fucking consistent. Everybody who fails on their goals in any aspect of their life is because of what? They're not consistent. Plain and simple. And it's not only about consistency, it's about consistency in the right direction. A lot of you guys are consistent with bad habits, which is why you get fat as fuck. Or you're consistent with just not being the best version of yourself, which is why you keep slipping. You see what I'm saying? You keep slipping in every aspect of your life. You get demoted or fired at work type shit, right? Number one. Number two, you feel me? Your girl don't want you no more. She breaks up with you. Shit like that happens because you're not consistent, all right? Bad shit always happens when you're not consistent. Bad shit literally always happens when you're not consistent. Like, if you're trying to reach your goals and you do good for two weeks and then you eat like shit the next week and you do that all the time, that's consistently being inconsistent. That's what that is, all right? And that's consistency in the wrong direction. You want to be consistent in the right direction. Consistency is going to fucking kill, because when you keep gaining 1 pound of muscle a week over and over and over again, now at the end of the year, you see what I'm saying? You're up 50 pounds. You're up 50 pounds. Majority of it's muscle. You look different. You feel different. You have more energy. You're stronger. All that shit. You see what I'm saying? Or if you're losing 1 pound of fat every 2 weeks, you see what I'm saying? Or every week, you're losing 1 pound of fat every week. Then at the end of the year, you're down 50 fucking pounds. 50 pounds. But you got to be consistent to get to that 50 pounds down. And a lot of you guys can't do that shit. A lot of you guys, you just do shit when you feel like it. If you do shit when you feel like it, you're never going to reach your goals in any aspect of life. It's impossible. I don't care who you are, it's impossible. If you do not do what you need to do every single day, no matter how you feel, you will never reach your goals. All right? Never reach your goals. So it's super important to be consistent, man. Like, for me showing up every single day, the shit doesn't add up after a week or two. It just doesn't. It just, honestly, when you start on your journey and you're going hard for 2 weeks, people are like, what the fuck? Why are you doing so much? But then if you're consistent and you keep doing that for a year, then they'll be like, oh, how'd you get those results overnight? They weren't fucking overnight, yo. You were consistent day in and fucking day out. That's what made you get to that point. And that's what people don't realize. They think everything's some overnight shit. And they think if they do something for 1 week and they don't get results, then it's not working. It's you didn't give it enough time to work. You got to be consistent over and over again. You got to do that shit over and over again. That's what it fucking takes. It takes consistency, man. A lot of y'all don't reach your goals. Why? Because you're not consistent. Anybody could eat healthy for 2 days. I don't give a fuck. That's not impressive. Eating healthy when someone offers you some candy, eating healthy when someone's offering you liquor, pizza, wings, that's when it matters. You see what I'm saying? Because that consistency is so important. Like, if you did good for 2 weeks and then you do bad for 3 days and you're like, damn, bro, like, I'm back to square one, man. What's going on, bro? That's not enough, bro. You didn't do enough. You were only consistent for 2 weeks. That's not a long fucking time. Especially to undo all the bad habits you had for such a long period of time. 2 weeks is nothing. That's fucking baby work, bro. That's literally nothing. Too many people are like, man, I started this program, man. When will I see results? You haven't done the work long enough to see fucking results, bro. Like, stop starting and then 1 week later expecting results. It's not gonna happen. How do you think you got fat as shit? You ate like shit consistently. You were inactive consistently, day in and day out. So how do you think you're gonna lose the fat? Being fucking consistent. Like, it's not that difficult. You guys overcomplicate shit by trying different fasts to speed up the process. You could only lose so much fat at once, guys. I said fat, not weight. You can lose weight faster, but you're not gonna have the body composition you want. You could only lose so much fat at once, all right? If you're 20% body fat, you're not losing 10% body fat in 1 week. It's just not happening. It's not, unless you got liposuction or some shit. It's literally just not happening. You're not losing 10% body fat in 1 fucking week. It takes time. It takes repetition. Same thing for building muscle. You want to build a better chest, right? You're like, man, I hate my chest genetics. A lot of you guys don't have bad chest genetics. You know what you have? Bad work ethic. You're lazy as shit. You're not consistent. Because best believe, if you give it enough time, your chest will be looking right. If you do enough upper chest workouts, if you reduce your body fat over time, your lower chest will go away, your man boobs will go away, and guess what? Your chest will be sitting right. Now when you take your shirt off, all the hoes gonna be like, Jesus Christ, do you do chest every day or something? People are gonna be asking you for chest advice. And in reality, you didn't change your chest genetics, you just changed your consistency. That's all you changed. Consistency is by far the most important fucking part of this journey, yo. So many people start keto, every day. They start carnivore every day. That shit is not sustainable. And guess what? When something's not sustainable, how can you be consistent in it? That's the most important. Listen, you got to remember, in order for you to be consistent at something, for something to become a habit, it has to be easy to do. All right. So if you're doing carnivore and you're starving your fucking self, or you're doing keto and you're starving your fucking self, that's obviously not going to last because it's not easy to do. But when you're eating the calorie deficit and you're surrounding yourself with all these whole foods so you're feeling full all the time, and you're like, damn, I'm full all the time, but I'm losing fat. That's much easier than doing the fucking carnivore where you starve yourself or doing keto where you starve yourself. All right? Because remember, like I just said, if something's not sustainable, you will not be consistent in it. When people ask me, how do you stay consistent? How do you stay motivated? I'm not fucking motivated half the fucking time. But the way I stay consistent, because what I do is sustainable. Every time I show you guys a day of eating, or every time I show you guys something, you're like, that's it? What else do you do? I could do more than that. Yeah, you could do way more than I can for about a week, but you can't do more than I can consistently. And that's what it comes down to. Because here's the thing. If I'm working out 5 days a week, strength training going hard 5 days a week, right? For 52 weeks, and you're going hard, January 1st to January 14th, like everyone does. You go hard 14 days straight for 2 hours a day, and then you do another stint in the summer. And so overall, you probably do 30 days of 2 hours, right? And they're spread out sporadically. You're getting way less stimulus than I am, all right? You're getting way less time in the gym than I am. Just because I go around 60 minutes, more than 300 days a year, or just because I go around 60 minutes, right, doesn't mean, you're getting more than me. Because you do 2 hours 30 times a year, I do 60 minutes 300 times a year, because it's more sustainable. It just is. If I spend 3 hours in the fucking gym, it wouldn't be sustainable. Maybe I could do it for 7 days, but then I gotta work, I gotta cook, I gotta eat, I gotta recover. There's other shit I gotta do. And if you're spending 3 hours in the gym, what the fuck are you really doing? I mean, if you're a pole dancer or you're doing twerk offs or some shit, maybe. But hey, yo, what the fuck are you doing in the gym if you're spending 3 hours? That shit doesn't make any sense. And another thing is nutrition, guys. It's really fucking simple. Y'all be trying to overcomplicate it and shit. Like, it's really simple. You don't have to do keto and all this shit. Go to the grocery store, buy you some chicken breast, some ground turkey, some ground beef, some rice and potatoes, and then some non-fat yogurt, bananas, and just literally cook and eat. It's that simple. Y'all be overcomplicating this shit. Oh, wait, how about protein? What I just told you, if you ate what I told you, you're surrounding yourself by more protein than you ever surrounded yourself by in your entire life. So guess what? You're going to get leaner just because of that. You don't even surround yourself with protein. Y'all be like, man, I'm trying to get 200 grams of protein a day. No, the fuck you're not. Look in your fridge, there's crumble cookie. What the fuck does that have to do with protein intake? Like, you're surrounded by zero protein. You're like, I'm trying to aim for 200, but I can't. Aim for 150. All right? Aim for 0.7 grams per pound body weight. I guarantee you, if you do that, you'll be fine. Because here's the thing. I stay between 180 and 190, and I always get 150 grams of protein. Now, I know what you're saying. Why don't you get 200? If I get 150 grams of protein 365 days a year, and you get 200 grams of protein, once a month when you feel pretty good, who's getting more protein overall? Me. That's the importance of consistency. I can get 150 grams of protein every day of the year. It doesn't matter if I'm going out. It doesn't matter if I'm like, oh, it's my brother's birthday, let's have a cheat meal. I'm still hitting that shit, bro, because it's easy to hit. All right, it's easy to hit. Now, that doesn't mean I don't hit 200 grams of protein. It just means my bare minimum standard is 150. And that creates consistency, because then I'm taking pressure off myself. A lot of y'all put so much pressure on yourself to get 250 grams of protein, so you get it for a week, and then you never eat protein the rest of the year. You're just eating like shit. Consistency is key. It literally trumps everything. And it's what a lot of you guys lack. If you guys want to know the secret to this journey, I'm gonna literally say the only thing is consistency. Like, consistency is the only possible secret, because that shit adds up over time. Like, anytime you see someone in the gym, you're like, hey, how did you get like that? And I used to ask a lot of people. That's what I used to spend my whole fucking. I used to literally go to every gym. First thing I asked them, how do you get your chest like that? How do you get your arms? Everyone was always saying, I've been doing it 15 years, 10 years, 5 years, no missed days. Clean up my nutrition, 5 years, consistent nutrition, gym, shit like that. It's always consistency. That is the secret, guys. Consistency is the fucking secret. Y'all have a blessed day. Stop being lazy. Stop being inconsistent.